doing well, dawg. You not from the city, I could tell, dawg. Did it by myself.
What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Ramon. Welcome back to another episode of AMA. How this works, you ask your question in the comment section down below, and we answer it in upcoming videos. Today's question comes from BHASKAR, and he says, it's pretty funny actually, he says, is Google working to get the IRONMAN Jarvis Legacy? And he's referring to the Google keynote they just had. Is it a keynote? Are only Apple things called keynote? At first, Google Cast screen was seen in Iron Man 2. Now the Google Assistant, then Google Home. Can we expect the next smart device in the future to reflect these sci-fi movie marvels? I mean, short answer, yes. You know, the thing with sci-fi is sci-fi at its core are really informed people with a hell of an imagination. People that are educated in the sciences, and they know what's going on, and they understand psychiatry. They know what makes people tick, and they know the factual stuff behind it. And they write, and they you know, their mind is that far out there because they're able to intertwine these concepts that drive us today. And because of that, a lot of sci-fi has always been on the money, on the mark. You know, if you look back in like in the 80s, people were, I only watch sci-fi stuff from the 70s, and then in the 90s, I only watch sci-fi stuff from the 80s, and it's always going to be that. Because that's when sci-fi really hits home, when that's the sweet spot, right? When you are young enough to be in the change, but you still remember watching something as a kid, and now in your 20s you're like, holy shit! You know, I remember on the holodeck, whatever the hell the name of this guy was, holding an iPad, and now here we are. You know, that's what makes it dope, and I think that's forever the direction. Sci-fi people, you know, that's where we're going. Now the latest thing is the moon. Not the moon, I'm sorry, Mars. People are infatuated with Mars, and then we'll actually get to Mars, and then you'll be like, holy shit. You know, and then it goes from there and there. But I think Google, this machine learning, this machine stuff is the Skynet stuff, if you will. And that's sci-fi, right? You go back and watch Terminator, and then you notice what's going on today. It is kind of freaky. It really is. And then you see all these movies where, you know, you have these cops or these investigators or these government agents, and you're like, well, we don't have to look too hard for them. You know, society just finds them for you. People put everything about themselves online for us to search through, and that's a real thing. You know, I think Google is definitely a large part of that. And in fact, to make a lot of the dope things that Google announced, the Google Home, the Google Assistant, the Wi-Fi network. So to make a lot of that stuff work, there's one key element that you need to hand over to them, and that's your privacy. That's your identity. And things like this, and believe you me, Microsoft is not far behind with a lot of Cortana and Bing. It's just they don't have the volume that Google does, so they can't do it at the speed that Google's doing it, or deliver to the volume. They are conditioning us to be okay to give up these privacies because we want the convenience. Now, I can't, you know, I consider myself in the know, and I'm still giving up my privacy. You know what I mean? Like, there's something to be said when it's the trade-off is that much more appealing to you than to not give up your privacy. And at the end of the day, that's what makes Google such a shit ton of money, because they're in that position to offer you your lazy ass and my lazy ass convenience. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how dope it is to wake up and have your phone say, you know, you got to be ready in an hour to get to the airport. And then you get to the airport, and all of a sudden your boarding pass pops up on the screen. Like, these things are like, it means a lot, and it's only when you experience it personally. And this is how I used to explain the live tiles in Windows phones. To this day, a lot of people don't get it because they haven't used it. it's crazy to see, like when you first log into a Windows phone, the integration with everything, and you see the live tiles come alive, and you're like, whoa. You know, you can watch a million reviews on it, but until it's your stuff, until someone tags you on Facebook and you see that tile flip and you see who said what and you make the decision after clicking or not, you don't really get how convenient it is. Until you're at work every day, 9 to 5, and the trains get delayed and it says, you know what, you might as well not even leave right now. Leave it another 15 minutes to get home at a decent time. And it saves you that little 15-20 minute the agony of just standing on the platform because the trains are delayed. You're not gonna get it. And I think it's dope, and it is scary to hand over that amount of data about yourself to a company. But yo, this is how technology works, man. I mean, somebody somewhere is always gonna complain about where we're going as a society. You know, it probably happened with running water. I don't want anybody digging holes in my land. I'll go to the well and get my water myself. It probably happened with electricity and the light bulb. Like, what? No, I got some kerosene oil right here. I'm gonna light this shit and we're good. I don't need to go downtown and pay nobody for a monthly fee to turn on this thing in my house. No, I'm good. You know, it's always gonna be the Facebook. The hell is that? I don't want to hear no damn Facebook. That's just how we are. So yeah, short answer, I think that's where Google's trying to head, man. A machine that knows everything about you. You know, in fact, when I used Allo, which I think is useless because Allo does not replace the text messaging program on Android. I thought it was so weird because I remember when they launched Messenger, which is the Google Hangouts or whatever, Hangouts, it had the ability to become your default text messaging program. Allo does not, so therefore I don't use it. And what I thought about Allo was, within like 3 or 4 responses, Allo almost got like 90% of my responses right. Meaning somebody would be like, yo, what's good? Like the first word would be like, chilling. But looking at the phone like, what? That is totally a response I would have. And this doesn't come from like, I don't believe, I have a hard time believing the app is just that good. I feel like Google's been recording the way I talk, the way I type and respond to messages for some time. And now they're finally putting it out there. And you know, it is dope. It's dope to be able, you having a conversation with somebody and just be like, you know, scores for the Jaguars, because I'm a Jaguars fan. I don't want to hear it. And you just have that in the feed. Like, yo, you guys want to go, I don't know, you want to go apple picking on Sunday? And yeah, not bad. What's the weather going to be like? At Google, weather on Sunday. Like, that's crazy. At Google, places to go apple picking. Boom, right in the feed. We're getting the same information at the same time. That's dope. That's dope. So, you know, I like where we're going. Some people may not. I'm also kind of scared where we're going, but that's what it is, man. Thank you for your question. I hope you enjoyed the answer. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Subscribe. Plenty more content coming. I'm out of here. Peace. From the deep forest into the sun.